Howdy folks, Bairdos here with kind of an impromptu, planned, but doing it impromptuly, if that's even a word. The trusts from the current logging campaign, because there are so many of them, can't put them into the logging campaign breakdown, which is coming. So we're going to do a separate video for them, like I did the last time I did this. I think this was last year actually, not the last time this happened. Anyway, I'm digressing twice in the space of the first minute. Great, on a winner. So there are quite a lot of them available for the 100 points category this month. We're going to go through them. As you can see, I've decided to change up our scenery. We are in Windhurst. So yeah, not the tunnel in Port Sandy as per usual. So as previously stated, for your 100 points, I've just went into the wrong one of the 100 points because there's that many of, oh no, not. It's spread across two 100 point categories. There we go. So starting with Zed, however you want to pronounce it. He's a DD. He'll cast absorb spells, single target nukes up to tier 3, drain and Asper 1 and 2, and will stun enemy abilities. He also uses HP draining weapon skills when he's low on HP, which obviously can have its benefits, but mainly it's a negative, because he's worried more about surviving, and you're probably about to cure him or have him cured by a trust. So he's not actually doing what he's there to, which is just damaging as best he can. Overall, he's alright, but personally I prefer Z2. And you've probably got Z2, so go with Z2. Next up, Lion. She is an AoEing, area of effect moves that is, nightmare when leveling. She loves to use walk the plank to hit everything near you, or grape shot to hit everything in front of you at the worst of times. But she does have Treasure Hunter, Gill Finder, triple attack, and does the alright damage if it's weak to daggers, piercing, that sort of idea. Kind of a trade-off here for what you can handle in the area. I like her, but yeah, when leveling on incredibly toughs, she's not your girl, unless you want to be eating dirt pretty quickly. Next. Naja Salahim. She has one redeeming quality and one alone. Her Peacebreaker weapon skill has an additional effect of minus 50% defense and magic defense. Aside from that, she's a club wielding monk. Meh. Leko Haboka. Someone I've never actually appreciated really until now. Just seen that he has a male Mithra, he has an AoE heal and a raise move called In Spirit. So that's another person to add to my bead farming party to see exactly how he goes. Up until now I just regarded him as a very poor trust that tries to DD I suppose, with up to tier 2 single target nukes and has a lot of AoE moves to get you lots of aggro real quick. So aye, that In Spirit ability just might be a saver for this guy. But I shall need to test. Luzaf. A poor Corsair, no way about it. No phantom rolls, just quick draw and leaden salute. Damage might be alright. The fact he's not buffing at the same time makes me lose interest in him. He also tends to try to hold off to be the one to close skill chains just to annoy you more. Najalith. And Najalith is perhaps the AoEer that annoys me the most, since she uses one of the worst possible weapon skills to do her AoEing. She could use Sidewinder, but oh no, she'd prefer to use Cyclone. All the time. She uses Barrage, but meta that. Get her, and then abandon her to the shadows of your mind. She's not worth using. Domina Shantoto. I'll be honest, this is probably the Shantoto I've used the least. She'll use single target nukes up to tier 5 and always starts off with a tier 5 spell, or highest available if you are lower leveled, before she just starts to wail on it with melee. She does have a weapon skill called Salvation Scythe that inflicts some nasty statuses too. Slow, paralyze, bio and poison. That's certainly a nice addition. As with all the other Shantotos, you can only have one summoned at a time, but let's be honest, if you've got Shantoto 2, you're using Shantoto 2. And that's us finished with the first 100 point category. Into the second 100 point category, and we have Star Sybil. She is the first of this list. It is a passive trust. She can't be targeted or damaged and gives a sphere-like indie spell-like effect. I say indie-like spell effect because it stacks along with all the other passive trusts. Their indie spells stack with other indie spells, which doesn't normally happen. Hers is simply magic attack bonus that caps at plus 19 when you're at 99. There's nothing else to her really. If you want 19 magic attack bonus, go for it. Karaha Baruha is a white mage. You'll do your usual white magey things such as cures up to tier 6, protect and shell singles and raz up to 5, nah spells, haste, and also casts bar spells, which is nice. Do that when suffers damage from an element. As auto refresh 1, but when summoned alongside Star Sybil, this ramps up to auto refresh 3, just for funsies. Saves TP until 3000 to use Spirit Taker unless you can close a skill chain beforehand. It might be worth trying to do weapon skills that can't chain with them. As far as White Mage trusts go though, if you aren't using a Unity leader, Karaha's pretty good. Aruhat. Aruhat's supposed to be a blue mage, but isn't. Abilities suggest warrior actually. Uses Berserk, Blood Rage, Seraph and Vorpal Blade. Hard pass on using this one, but still, get her if you're missing her. Gotta get those numbers up. Ukatotlin is one of the Dynamis Golden Trusts. Uka is a job ability proccing wonder in Dreamland's Dynamis. She'll use Box Step, which is what she'll be proccing with. Drain Samba's up to 3, Haste Samba and Curing Waltz up to 5. I haven't had much use for her outside of Diana, but certainly in there she's a must pick for currency farming. I haven't used her a lot since the changes to Dancer as well, so it would be interesting to see if she can just spam Curing Waltzes now, bouncing between 4 and 5 to keep people cured when silence is going off. That would be really handy. Kuyin Hathdena is another passive trust. This is the one that helps you in your mug garden. Her indie-like effect is Precision and grants plus 25 accuracy and ranged accuracy, so can be useful if you need that little bump. Abenzio is the big mighty Gubu you can have as a trust. Actually get some decent TP moves in the form of Blank Gaze, which is a Conal Paralyze, and Antiphase, which is an AoE Silence. I'm not actually sure how much those stick when used, how long, how likely they are to stick, but aside from that, it's not fantastic. Rukhajin is a low leveler's dream, even more so when paired with Leonine. Main reason for this is his use of Algol, which gives him permanent in fire, which does not get scaled back. So at level 1 it kills things by itself. It's ridiculous, properly ridiculous. As far as being a tank, which is what he's supposed to be though, he's not very good. Uses cures up to 4, flash, and will holy, but only when he can use divine emblem with it. Also uses sentinel, but yeah, he's not that great as a tank. Le Langavo is a monk and can be found in the Adrenaline areas. Can use dodge, focus, and impetus. Weapon skills are alright as far as hand-to-hands go, which is, you know, hand-to-hand weapon skills, can you really say? But that's about it. So pretty much only useful if you're fighting a lot of bones. I just pressed right instead of down. Got a bit worried there. Right, next up we have Mayakov. Now if you've been through the Wings of the Goddess storyline, you know Mayakov. Another of the Dynamis Golden Trusts. He'll be using Feather Step for his job ability proccing. Also uses Haste Samba, Saber Dance, and Climactic Flourish. I always found him a decent DD to use when leveling once he gets past 45, as that's when he gets Haste Samba, as his Coming Up Rosie's weapon skill does decent damage and looks fantastic. Which, you know, knowing the character, he wouldn't have it any other way. Bridget is another indie spell-like trust. She comes with an indie charisma effect, which actually grants almost 10% in defense bonus and plus 5 magic defense bonus. Doesn't actually give any charisma at all. That's all you get for her. Meldaurion. She is a personal favourite of mine, although she too can be an AoE nightmare. Not that she's overly good at anything, I've just always liked her. She's just kind of cool. One of her stances, she just kind of stands, puts her hand out towards the enemy and goes, BAM! Kind of cool. Anyway, she'll use Light Blade and Stellar Burst. I couldn't actually tell you if she uses anything else because I've never actually paid attention. She just looks awesome while she's doing it. But I do always seem to get good output from her while leveling, so yeah, she looks cool while doing it. Rongelots, or Louts. He's a warrior. He does warrior things. He uses a sword. He also has Beast Killer. Aside from that, he's not really noteworthy from my experience. A sword wielding warrior, that's all you need to know. Sorry, sword wielding warrior that doesn't get Savage Blade. It's like, what's even the point? Robel Akbel is the mummified looking black mage. Sadly, not quite as awesome as the look deserves, but will cast single target nukes up to tier 5 and try to magic burst with Aja spells as long as the skill chain targets the enemy's elemental weakness. I have seen more Ajas go off than that suggests from Robel Akbel, but I could be lying. Certainly does enough to get himself killed very quickly in group situations. But yeah, still not that great. Next we have Ulagor, another black mage, this one being the big course mob type. Has a massive MP pool from which it casts single target nukes up to tier 5, stuns as well as Comet. Usually precedes Comet by using Memento Mori just to give it that little extra kick. Also, even though it's technically undead, it can actually be cured, while still remaining immune to death and doom, which is quite handy. The next one, however, Theodore. Yeah, cures don't really work that well on him, from my experience. However, he is another personal favourite of mine. This time there are reasons for it though, other than just looking cool, which again he does. Firstly, he'll magic burst with Ja and Gas spells, which is always nice. Secondly, and my main reason, is he has a normal attack that can silence enemies. Normal attacks are classed as techniques, so aren't sped up or slowed down by the usual buffs or debuffs, and the silence attack is one of these three. The other two contain a slashing attack, and a move where he lifts up his palm and causes a darkness explosion. So, yeah, all pretty nice. Darsulon, eh? One of my biggest disappointments in the trust department. This tiger-like dude should be awesome. Properly kick-ass awesome. Instead, he's very much meh. Only saving grace is that he can also ranged attack with his roar-like move, which does seem to do magic damage as well. Also, like Theodore, his attack speed is not affected by buffs or debuffs, so side benefit I suppose if the enemy has a permanent and slow effect or a slow aura. How many of them are there that you're going to be going against that you're using trusts? So yeah, another one that you'll probably resign just to the shadows. And last but not least, we have the one that a lot of people have been waiting for. Shantoto 2. Yeah. She will only use tier 1 single target nukes. I know what you're thinking. What? This is what I've been waiting for? Well, wait till you see them. They hit like all other trusts tier 5s. Often better. And the fact that she's constantly spamming them because they only take like less than a second to cast. Oh, it's lovely. She'll never run out of MP because again, tier 1 spells. She double bursts most skill chains, making her awesome for so low CP. She does like to interrupt skill chains herself though, so keep that in mind. I've had many a 4-step interrupted by her. She does like to really irritate me. But the damage she puts out with her magic bursts kind of makes up for it. Not really, but you can forgive her. Maybe, sometimes. And that's it. That is your trusts available in the login campaign. I hope this information helps you decide who you actually want to use. Because at the end of the day, you should have them all anyway. So make sure you get them all. Because you want to be able to get the Archangel trusts. You need to have 86 trusts, I think it is, before you can start working on them. So every single trust helps. Even if they're crap. Even if they're Abencio. Even if they're Aruhat. So yeah, I hope this has helped. If it has, let me know in the comments below. If you want to stick around for more stuff, got more stuff coming, just click that subscribe button. Anyway, I've been Bairdos. This has been FFXI 11. You take it easy. Have a good day. Adios.